What's up, dope? I'm just getting set up. Give me a second. Hey, what's up? What's up? Hello, Lynn. What's happening, everybody? What's everybody playing? What games are everybody playing at the moment? I just finished Spider-Man. I know I'm a little bit. Fortnite? Aren't you always playing Fortnite? I played a little Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I wasn't digging it. It wasn't my thing. I think the combat's kind of clunky on it. I'll be talking about that tonight on VGO. 2K19, yeah, 2K19 is pretty awesome. Except it's loaded with microtransactions. Oh, I know Sony's officially working on PS5. They've been working on that for like a few years now, though. That's like really not a surprise. And I saw Microsoft made an announcement about streaming, so I'm sure tonight on VGO we'll talk about streaming. You know, Krell, I think it's funny. Anytime you say you have to get used to it, that means it's not that good. You just got to get used to it. I've always believed that in games. Whenever you say you got to get used to it, it's not that good. Sorry. I just don't care for the combat in it. I think I'm spoiled by games like Batman and Spider-Man and Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. Those games, the combat is fantastic. What's up, Kev Bags? I'm probably going to say that too, because I whenever anybody tells me that, I think that's funny. You gotta get used to it. And I've used that myself. And sometimes that is true, though. I think the older Assassin's Creed games are better. I don't know what it is about this one. I just don't. I'm not getting into it. Black Flag was probably my favorite. I think that was most people's favorites. I think it peaked there and it's been going down since. And I was just checking out the reviews of it and they're pretty mixed. Seems like people either love it or hate it. I think simple is the way to go. Yeah, see, I agree with you, Tattoo. I just don't. I'm not digging the combat. You got NHL 19 free. How did you get it free? Curious to see how you got it free. Well, that's the way like Spider-Man is. That's the way Batman is. That's the way Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War is. I kind of like that. I don't know. I like being able to take on like a ton of enemies at a time. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of clunky. Wow, what a nice buddy. For free. Could have sold it and got some money. Is anybody going to be picking up Black Ops when it comes out this week? And some people like that. It's just not my thing, Carl. It's just for me. It's not what I care for. If you like that stuff, that's cool. If you like it more complex, I prefer it simpler. I can't wait for Red Dead 2. I am dying. God of War, no. God of War was simple. God of War had a simple combat system. I think you're saying God of War, yeah. I'll probably get Black Ops 4 as well. A lot of people are... I think Black Ops 4 is going to be pretty big. I'll probably get Black Ops and Red Dead. Oh, the PS4 one. The PS4 one was a little more complex, but you could actually change it to more simple if you wanted to, Crow. It was a little bit more, but no, it still was basically... It was still basically the same thing, except instead of hitting the buttons for the combos, you use the triggers. So that was really... They just changed the buttons. They didn't really... It really wasn't that different, other than you were hitting the top buttons as opposed to the face buttons. You know, I'm not a big fan of zombies in Black Ops. I know that's like the main thing for most people. I'm looking forward more to the Blackout mode. I'm looking because it's, you know, I like the Battle Royale mode. So. I don't have a lot of time to tell you. If you switch to Liberty Mutual, you could save $782. Yeah. You could change the button layout in God of War. You got WWE 2K19. That's cool. Just came out. Been selling a decent amount of them. Just realized I got my Switch on the heat area of the... I mean, my Wii on the heat area of the Xbox One. So, anybody interested in an upgraded Switch, supposedly, that they're working on? You guys aren't talking that much. It was a trade-in day. Trade-in day today. I got a ton of stuff traded in. Urban Production. No, I haven't been missing in action. I just I haven't been streaming the store all that much. I've just been streaming when I play games. Nobody knows when the new Switch comes out, J-Rome. Nobody knows. It's just a rumor at the moment, too. Nintendo hasn't confirmed it. I'm sure they're working on one, though. How much time I got left? I got a half hour left. And it is beautiful here today. It's like 85 degrees outside. You attempted to get homebodies to stop in, they're not. They were in Sandusky the other day and they didn't come check me out. I was kind of mad. What's up, Paul Smith? They went to Cedar Point. You can't wait for cold weather. Drew Brees on the cover of the next Madden. Maybe. Yeah, since he broke the record. Who knows? I really don't care who's on the cover. I just wish they would fix the game. I don't think the game's very good. What's up, Trippy Land? I honestly, I traded in my Madden. I'm done with it. I can't play it anymore. I just can't stand it. Did I burn my... Nah, come on. No politics. I don't have any Nikes on today. I have sandals on today, actually, because it's like 85 degrees. I still have my Nikes. I know King NorCal's with them. I jumped into their stream the other day. There's a ton of big games coming out. So this week you got Black Ops. Mario Party just came out last week. Let's see, Assassin's Creed just came out. Soul Calibur's coming out. The Spyro trilogy, Battlefield 5, Super Smash Brothers, Fallout 76, Red Dead, Call of Cthulhu, Pikachu Go, Pikachu Eevee. Forza Horizon 4 just came out. Fist of the North Star just came out. That was decent. It was 89 here yesterday, Urban. It was a new record. No, I never played Sheep Raider. Mega Man 11 just came out. Let's see. WWE and Disgaea 1 came out yesterday. Let's see. Lego DC Supervillains comes out here soon. Starlink. Anybody interested in Starlink? I think that's going to get lost in the shuffle. That's the stupid one with the, you got to get the little toys that go along with it. Warriors Orochi 4. Dark Souls Remastered on Switch. I said Soul Calibur. Red Dead's the big one at the end of the month. I know, no building in Black Ops. That's why I'm interested in it. Let's see here. Some other big ones. Hitman 2 is coming back out. Fallout 76, I already said that. Battlefield Warframe's coming out on Switch. Darksiders 3 is coming out. Smash Brothers, I said. Just Cause 4. Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5. And then, you know, I said Smash Brothers. Walking Dead. There's a bunch of little games too that are just going to get lost in the shuffle. There's a ton of games coming out between now and the end of the year. It's going to be crazy. There's too many games. There are. And it sucks because during the summertime, hardly anything comes out. And if some of these smaller games would have came out during the summer, they would sell well. They're not going to have a 4K Switch for a long time. They might go 1080p on the screen. There's actually too many games. I talked about this on my podcast a couple weeks ago, but basically there's too many games for us to even carry, and we usually pride ourselves on carrying like everything. Like we have one of the biggest selections you'll probably ever see. Like, that's a whole PS4 section over there. It's a lot of games. But for the first time, I'm not going to be carrying every game this Christmas. I just can't. I usually get at least one of every game that comes out, but I'm going to pass on a lot of the smaller titles now. If someone trades them in, that's great down the road, but I'm just not going to carry them all. It's funny too, because like places like Walmart don't carry all the games. They only get, you know, like the major ones. I'm disappointed. I am disappointed, Mr. Outlaw, that I'm not carrying all the games. It's the first time we're passing on stuff. Good deals on an EverDrive for me. You know what? I haven't even looked into that. I'd have to see. My one distributor sells them. They sell like all the accessories and all the stuff like that. Oh, tired. Oh, and for everybody in here, if you guys want to check out a free podcast, that's a live podcast, go to videogameoutsiders.com tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on the podcast. If you go to that website, it has a link. They do it through their Twitch page, but it's a live podcast where I talk about video games. So if you want to check it out, 9 o'clock tonight. Black Ops and Red Dead are probably my next two buys, too. I just beat Spider-Man last night, so I'm kind of done with Spider-Man. So I was hoping to get Spider-Man done before Red Dead and Black Ops came out. Well, the thing is, I've been telling all my customers, Mr. Outlaw, like if there is a smaller game that you're interested in, reserve it. If they reserve it, I will get it, but I'm not going to stock them. So if there's some oddball game that's coming out, better let me know if you want it. I just can't carry every game. I only have so much like credit. There's just too many games coming out. It's a good problem to have that there's too many games coming out. I'm used to hardly anything coming out like during the summertime. But these game companies are stupid. They're all like competing with each other. I mean, I actually think it's funny. A lot of people are upset Microsoft delayed Crackdown 3 till next year, but I actually think it was a smart move because nobody was going to buy Crackdown 3 with all the other big games that are out right now. Seeking Attention. I have played Fist of the North Star, and I plan to talk about that on the podcast that I'm on tonight. But I'll tell you guys that are in here. I love the combat. Like when the game started, it was awesome. I thought it was great. But then it hit one of my pet peeves where you have to you got to run and talk to this person, then you got to go talk to this old lady with the dog, then you got to go over here and you got to go back to the merchant, get some meat for the dog and go back and give the dog some meat. Then you got to go talk to this person, then you got to go talk to this person. And I just want to do the combat. I just want to do the fun stuff. It literally, like, you got to do about like 20 minutes of boring for like 10 minutes of fun. And I love the combat. I love when you were fighting, but I hated all the boring stuff. Yeah, gamers do go primarily to the AAA games first. What's up, little French lady? Good. I've been busy today, except I'm dead now. But tons of trade-ins today. But they do go more towards the AAA games. That's why I say all these smaller titles are just going to get overlooked during the holidays. They're not going to sell well. That's why I think they're kind of stupid to come out and compete with all these AAA games. Some of the smaller games should almost hold them till next year or till summertime. What's up, Anthony? Thanks, CC Games fan. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but he says I was wrong when I guessed who it was. But he's weird and he won't tell me. They don't ever learn. They always think. The problem is everybody that makes games thinks that their game is going to be the next big thing, and it's not. I mean, that's very rare that happens. But they all believe that their game is going to be huge, and honestly, I'm a huge Sega fan. Sega makes Fist of the North Star, by the way. But, like, nobody's going to buy the Sonic racing game. I mean, it's going to sell small numbers. They're coming out and against all these other big games. It's stupid. And I actually like the Sega racing games. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake looks cool. I didn't see the liquor. You know what's funny is someone traded in Resident Evil 2 today, but they didn't have the box. Anthony, I sell some rare stuff. Like I put it in the store first, and if it's not moving in the store after a month or so, I'll throw it online just to move them. But I always give like the customers like first dibs in the store. What's up, NHS? But I do sell like on Amazon and eBay. But we don't have a website that we sell through. What's up, Kevin Donovan? What version is what? The game that's behind me? Or the Resident Evil? You can call the Capcom hint line there at 900. It's funny, they have their hint line on there. I would say this was probably the green label since it's got the plain labels. This is probably the cheaper version. He also had Director's Cut, traded in Director's Cut. Person didn't have any boxes though. Can't believe people didn't keep their boxes. People love to get rid of boxes. Yeah, the original one had color and it had like Leon and Claire painted on. I do think it'll be a hit, Anthony, but I really personally I don't care about it. But business-wise, we're gonna have them. I'm sure it'll sell. We'll sell every one we get. Should do. I have done a video game. I gave away. It was like a knockoff NES classic that some Chinese company sent me in the mail. I did give that away. N64 Mini. I bet you'll see that next year. Yeah, I think it was a cool baby. Yeah. When I hit 1,000 subs, I picked somebody and gave it away. I did play the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Got a used one already. I'm sure you'll be able to, Seeking Attention, but until it comes out, nobody really knows. I bet it'll be hacked within a week. How many PS1 Mini? I don't know yet. I really won't know until closer to when it's available. Sometimes on systems like that, I don't find out until like a week or two in advance how many my distributor got and how many they're going to allocate me. So that's one of the reasons I didn't take any reservations on it, because generally on systems I don't take reservations anymore. We used to, but this was a long time ago, but we haven't taken reservations on systems since Xbox 360 came out. When Xbox 360 came out, we were small. We only had one store. And we took I think we took like 30 reservations, and we had 30. We took 29 reservations because I was getting one, but we had 30 of them coming. Okay, well, half of them. Well, actually, I think it was 14 of them didn't show up because they got stolen on the way. Someone at FedEx, they just didn't arrive. So I had like a lot of pissed off customers because they had it reserved. So ever since that happened, we don't take reservations on systems, just because until they're actually in my hands, I don't know. Plus, I'm going to sell every one I get anyway when a new system comes out, so there's really no point to reserve them. I just do first come, first serve. Some people really want to reserve them. That's fine. Go to Amazon or eBay. Go somewhere else. But I do first come, first serve. I do take care of my best customers. There are like a handful of people at each store that I basically reserve one for them because they are my best customers. And I know some people will be like, oh, that's not fair, but that's life. Life's not fair. My best customers I'm going to take care of. So Dreamcast Mini, that would be sweet. I doubt that'll ever happen. Those games are pretty big. Plus, Sega is just now going to release Genesis Mini. So I bet they'll wait and see how that does. I don't think I've seen any new game announcements. They've only they've only released those 5. It is more fun, Anthony, but I mean too, like sometimes we don't get a ton of them either. I mean, we do pretty good. We get a decent amount. But it's silly, like if you're going to get like a dozen of a new system, I'm going to sell those regardless if I reserve them or if I just do first come, first serve. So if I get like 20 even. Some people get mad, and some people have tried to offer me, like, hey, if I give you like, extra $50, will you hold one for me? No. So, yeah, that sucked when our 360s got stolen, and we did get them like we got like the rest of them. Our distributor was able to get some like a week later, and some people were still had it, still were waiting for it. They hadn't got one yet, so, but it still sucked. I mean, I felt really bad for the people that didn't get their Xbox 360, and I remember one guy got mad at me. He's like, well, I bet you got one. I'm like, well, of course, I own the frickin' store. I'm going to get one. But, yeah, people were mad. How do I like Fist of the North Star? I just talked about this, Ryu, a few minutes ago. What's up, Mike Lombardo? Yeah, I'm closing tonight, so I got like 12 more minutes. I love Fist of the North Star, the combat of it. I hate the story parts of it. If you like Fist of the North Star, you're gonna love it. But if you're not a big fan of Fist of the North Star, you're gonna get bored really quick watching the story parts of it. There's too much story in it. I wish it was just all action. Not necessarily. Sometimes tattoo, but also sometimes the first ones are the ones that a lot of people want, because those are usually the ones you can hack down the road later. The 360s were probably stolen by somebody at FedEx back then. Should you start standing in line for PS5 now? Yeah, sure. You'll be dead by the time it comes out, but yeah, go ahead. PS5 I would love to see it come out next year. It's probably going to be 2020. From a business standpoint, it'd be better for me if it came out next year. But most likely, PlayStation 4 is doing so well, they're going to wait till 2020. I have played Forza Horizon 4, I'm assuming you're talking about. It's not my thing. It's cool though. Yeah, that's what Microsoft's pushing, and I know they said that. I requested the beta too, Mike. I'm pretty negative on streaming. We'll see. I think unless you're relatively close to one of their servers, it's gonna suck. Just personally, we'll see how it works. Did you listen to my last podcast, Mike? Did you listen to when I talked about this past week's podcast? I was talking about how when OnLive was coming out at E3, I'll tell you the story here on stream. But when OnLive was coming out, I was at E3, and they had a booth, and I go up and me and my business partner, we start testing OnLive, and it played fantastic. It was awesome. And a guy comes over and starts talking to us, and I asked him, I go, so where's the servers? Because this is pretty amazing how good this works. And he told me they were about like 35 miles away, which was full of shit, because you could see when he walked away, it told you your ping, and I had 0 ping. And anybody that knows about stuff like that, it's impossible to have 0 ping unless you're on the server, unless you're playing on the server. And sure enough, a little bit later, we kept kind of hanging out at the booth, and They opened a door to the booth was kind of rounded and it had rooms for like meeting rooms, and when they opened the door back there, you could see all the servers right behind. So we were playing on the server. So they were like kind of faking it back then before it even came out. It was kind of like false advertisement. And even like the Google one that's coming out and the Microsoft one, they haven't showed you any details. For all you know, the server was like right next to them when they're streaming it, and it looks great. But unless you're relatively close to the server, I think it'll be like an entry. I think it'll be great for people that aren't hardcore gamers streaming, but there's always going to be some latency. And I don't think it'll ever work for multiplayer like shooter games or anything like that. But I think it'll work well for like a single player, like a slower pace, like an Assassin's Creed, like is what they're using it for, a single player game. I think for casual gamers will be okay with the streaming, but I think more people that are into hardcore, that are want to play like multiplayer and online, you're not going to want to play a streaming game. Mike called it. They're in the back room. Yep, I agree. That's probably why for your zip code. Yeah, that's why. And I wasn't accepted, so yeah, I haven't got a thing. They do ask for your zip code when you sign up, because I'm pretty sure they know, like, the further away you get from the servers, the worse it's going to be. So if you're close, it'll work good. The NVIDIA, though, that's just streaming from your thing, though, Krell. That's a little different. Am I mistaken? NVIDIA streaming, though, that's just you're streaming from your own thing. No, I'm wrong? Okay. Mike, I know where you're at. It was a streaming service. Okay. I mean, even OnLive worked pretty good even back then, but here's the problem too, is like OnLive, when it went under, everybody lost everything that they purchased. So I'm not a fan of not owning stuff. That's my biggest hang up on it too. The streaming service goes down. Yeah, I'll get Soul Calibur. Well, even like over in Japan, the Switch is doing streaming. You can stream Resident Evil 7, and you can stream what's the other game? There's two big. Is it Assassin's Creed? I don't know. But there's Resident Evil 7 available on the Switch in Japan, but it's only streaming. Yeah, I hate not owning anything. What's up, G3? I haven't seen you in a while. Delve, you big dork. Delve, I see how it is, Delve. You come to Sandusky and you don't come visit. I can't wait for Red Dead 2. I've been saying for a long time, anybody that's watched me, like anything you buy digitally, you should own. You should be able to sell it or give it away or trade it. It shouldn't be the way it is. We need our laws to change. I didn't look into that NVIDIA. You know what? I'll read up on that NVIDIA. I probably should before I go online tonight and do the podcast. I wish our laws would change. I really do. Mega Man 11? Play Mega Man 11? Oh, yeah, 11. Next comment. Oh, here goes the little French lady and Delve Love Fest is going on. You guys need to get a room sometime. Mega Man 11's pretty sweet. I do like that. Can you see? It's an elf. Anybody who knows me probably knows what it is. Ryu, it is a Browns elf. Cleveland Browns. I'm a big Browns fan. Always have been. I will. GeForce streaming. What's up, Curtis? I mean, we'll have the PS1 minis here, Mr. Outlaw, but I'm not going to buy one. Your CRT is having problems? Those are pain in the butt to fix. I've fixed way too many CRTs. They're not fun. Get a cap kit. That's right. Cap, get it. Well, I'm sure if you can hack them, yeah, I'll hack them. Yep, that's right. Don't get electrocuted trying to fix it. Most likely you just get a giant zap if you don't do it right. No, I don't sell. I've done plenty of G07s though. Nice, Showtime. Nice. I was joking about them. They just always love each other. Whenever they're in a chat room together, you always see hearts go flying everywhere. I'm not looking forward to it. I got like a couple monitors at my house I have to fix, and I dread doing it. It's so boring. There was only a couple things picked up so far, and I was kind of shocked. Did you watch that video? I did like a 2-minute video, and there was still a lot there that hadn't been picked up. That was all in the auction. You can do it, Carl. It's not hard. It just takes a long time. You'd love to play pool with Homebody, dude. It's cool. I don't know, man. What kind of TV is it? Is it worth fixing, though? I mean, can you just go out and find another one? Later, Mike. Check out the podcast if you're up. I'm on VGO, the main podcast tonight. Check out VGO, videogameoutsiders.com tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I bid, Mr. Outlaw. I didn't win any. You're watching on a 25-inch CRT? Cool. Yeah, comment, too, Mike, in the chat room tonight. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be worth doing a cap kit. It's a lot of work. Mike, I was hoping the kid would come in tonight, but he didn't. So maybe next time I'll get him that gift card. The next time he comes in, I'll make sure I'm streaming. Peace out. Peace. And I am going to close up. I got to go home and get ready for the podcast. I'll keep streaming. You guys can look at the dude from Fortnite there. Give him bad games for Halloween. That'd be funny. At our other store, I used to put on the Mario costume and hand out candy. You too, little French lady. Need to make one of those discharge tools. Yeah, you need that. You definitely need a discharge. Just you know what? All I did was I went and I bought the biggest screwdriver I could that had a flat tip. You know, biggest screwdriver I could, and made one out of that. So, you know, get a cable. You have to solder it to it. Wrap it with electrical tape. John kind of shows you how to make one in some of his videos, but I am gonna I'm gonna cut this off a little early. Sorry, I got on here a little late tonight. I gotta go home and just a big thick wire, just a certain gauge wire, and you need one of those roach clips. So go watch John's videos on how to do it. It's pretty easy to make. I gotta run though. I'm gonna go get ready. I'll be on Video Game Outsiders tonight at 9. Check it out. Go to videogameoutsiders.com. Tonight, 9 p.m. live podcast, all about video games. You guys can chat in the room, interact with the podcast, and I'll see you guys later. See ya, everybody.